The Greek philosopher Heraclitus said that the only constant in life is change. And that's true in your marriage as well. I'm Leslie Dories, your marriage coach, creator of the Hero Husband Project, and owner of Foundations Coaching. And, you know, the biggest challenge that I have found in my 20 years of working with married people, in fact, any significant long-term relationship, is the fact that you are now, always have been, and always will be two different people. And the question becomes, how do you make room for those differences in your marriage? And this came up because I was reading a Dear Abby article, or Dear Abby set of letters, where a husband was asking his wife to please take her shoes off at the door and not wear them in the house. And this has been going on for a long time. She just refuses to do it. And the less than helpful response that this letter writer got was, well, old habits are hard to change. Well, guess what? If you're not willing to adopt new habits in your relationship, it's going to be an unpleasant, antagonistic relationship, which is not what anybody wants from their marriage. And my personal philosophy is, if your partner makes a reasonable and rational request and you can grant it, it's important that you do. Because the more yeses that you can pile up in your relationship, the more positive it's going to be. There's a philosophy called the love bank. When you say yes to your partner, and by the way, I'm talking about a true yes, not a manipulated yes, or not a yes out of fear of rocking the boat, but I'm talking about a true yes. That when you are able to say yes to your partner, it's like making a deposit into their love bank account. And every time you say no, it's like pulling out money. It's making a withdrawal from that love bank account. Now, there are times when you should and do need to say to your partner, no, that's not a change I'm willing to make. But you want to have so many more yeses to counterbalance that one no. And being able to be flexible, being able to accommodate a reasonable request. Now, I mean, I can tell you, my husband and I, when we were first together, I worked in retail. I would be on my feet for maybe anywhere from 8 to 10 hours a day, usually in high heels. So when I would come home, I would kick my shoes off, no matter wherever it was I happened to be. And my husband would ask me repeatedly, could you please put your shoes away? Yeah. Well, my husband's very, very clever, because one day I opened up the door to our apartment and there were, I kid you not, 8 pairs of shoes walking from the front door towards the bedroom. I burst out laughing and I went, got it. And from that day on, I put my shoes away. Now, he didn't get angry with me. But let me tell you, he had asked repeatedly. It was a reasonable request. My habit was to kick my shoes off wherever it was, and then when I went looking for that pair of shoes, I'd go find them, right? Again, it was a reasonable request. It was a rational request. I could say yes to it, so I did. Now, what's going on in this other relationship that was being written about is somebody's unwillingness to change a habit. And that's part of what marriage is it's inviting, encouraging us to expand and grow. And if you say no, if there's a no, then the best thing to do is to take a look at why there's a no, right? What is the reason for the no? It may be something that you just physically can't do. It may be something that goes against your values and you won't do. But those are very, very few and far between things. Most of the time it's because I'm comfortable doing it my way. And if your partner doesn't push back on that, or if your partner, or if you just accept some things that aren't going to be good in the long run, what you're doing is creating grounds for resentment, which is the number one marriage killer. So if you're saying no, or if your partner is saying no, then you need to put on your Sherlock Holmes hat and go investigate deeper, right? Because again, as I said, change is going to happen. You're going to be you're trying to build a life with somebody with different experiences, different things, and this is how you make it work. Is that you're looking at this as what's reasonable? Can I do this? What's behind my willingness or unwillingness to do this? Because that's where all the answers are. So let me know. I'd love to know what kinds of things go on in your relationship that you keep trying, that you keep asking for changes, or your partner's asking for changes for you that aren't happening. I'm curious to find out. And if you found this helpful, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you would like more information, keep listening or sign up for my email letter that I send out every week. And until next week, stay loving.